Wagging
Raymond,
my ass.
Raymond, that was a good joke, dude. That was a good joke. It's okay.
Oh,
It was a good
oh
joke.
my gosh, I just read it. Okay, guys, let's go get green. Let's get nuts.
You want to go?
See, Brad, his whole wagon thing is getting me off track. Here's the proper intro, and let's begin the show.
Take your best shot.
What is going on, guys and gals? Welcome to Goodwill Hunting. Happy Thursday night. We're here tonight with another live show. It's a fun time. It's green in here. Why is that, Birdie?
It's St. Patty's Day, mate.
It's almost St. Patty's Day.
I know it's Sunday, but we figure we bring it just a wee to be early here this evening.
Yeah, just a little bit, just to get celebrating a little bit because it is right around the corner. It's fun though. We got a good show tonight because we're going to be talking about our top 10 horror movies that should be a horror series. Of course, when we get to this list, which we're going to, hang out for a little bit before we get too deep into the weeds with this. But yeah, we're going to talk about movies that don't have a series already or don't have a series in the works already, I should say. One or the other. We're going to talk about horror movies that have never had a series. One that could maybe be improved with a series or maybe one that could be better told as a series. And it's going to be a fun little video that, or I should say, live show tonight. We came up with this idea.
We're live, baby,
dude.
We're live.
We're playing zombies the other day, and we came up with this idea. That's when we come up with our best ideas. We need to play more zombies. That's all I got to say because that's what that's a good brain
solves all third world problems.
Yeah, or second. Yeah, I mean, it does. Unless zombies are. Well, no, it would solve that problem too. I think, yeah. So, yeah, it'd be good.
You know what would solve all problems? Having you a nice green beer, my friend.
I got a green Sprite.
You're fucking whacking. I hate this, guys. I can't believe I'm solo dolo in it tonight. But you know what? Cheers to the chat. And for all of our people up in Ireland who celebrate Paddy's Day really hard, this drink is for you.
I like it. I like it a lot, dude. I like the way that, so that's what I was actually taking a minute. When you guys, I thought he was making some cream. I thought that's what it was. That's what's holding us back. But it turns
my
out
God, don't ever say that again.
Not you. I mean, it's always going to be there.
It's always going to
be. I thought he was making
on this channel. That is on our OnlyFans page.
I thought he was creaming. No, that's no. We don't make cream together. It's not on the same. Okay.
No, Brett, stop. Okay, guys, we got a good show tonight. I promise you, we got a great show. And Rosie is absolutely right. I'm bringing Midsummer back, bitches. So Midsummer is here, and I survived my trip. But anyways, let's say hello to the chat. Let's thank our amazing freaking patrons and YouTube members, and we'll go right into this. So David Gavin, not you two. You guys love creaming. Not that kind of cream. But anyways, but before that, let's say hi to Brother Fluff because I'm glad he sent a $5 super chat. So again, thank you so much, my friend. He said, this stream is brought to you by Salisbury Steakhouse, where our meat is covered with gravy and will fill you up. Fucking hell, man. So, Brother Fluff, thank you so much. And tonight's special, we got a special super chat video tonight. So, for all super chats, this one video and one video only is going to play. Brad, I think you're going to like this video a lot. So, come on out, Lucky.
Sounds like me go. It looks like me go.
I love it, dude. That's a great idea. I love it.
Yeah, so hell to the freaking yeah. So let's say hello to everybody. And Brother Fluff, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And what's going on, my friend? Let's see. We got Lamantra. What's going on, my friend? How are you doing? We got Chesters in the house. We got Vanderhoff. We got Rosie, my dear. Rosie, here is your rose. It's not a green rose, but you know what? This is the only red we're going to allow. So Rosie's rose, the best rose on the YouTube circuit. So Rosie, my dear, there is your rose. Let's see here. What else we got here? We got Zodiac C's in the house. What's going on? We got Raymond. Is this the joke you're talking about? Hey, Brett, and your leprechaun buddy, Brett. Howdy, mate. So let's see here. What else we got here? And Zodiac, we are going to be doing how we decide to do it officially with our trailer reactions. We're going to do it in a TikTok, YouTube short realm. So we are going to get it out pretty soon, but I would say by tomorrow, along with another video we just recorded before we went live here that we think you are going to enjoy as well. And to fulfill the requests of the people that's saying us to do more non-horror movie reviews, we're bringing those back, baby.
Oh, so, and just reviews in general, dude. Like why the fuck not? We like reviews. Let's do it. Fuck it.
And Brandon the Belden, what's going on, my friend? Hopefully Facebook jail is treating you well so far. It did not treat me well. So let's see.
Hey, he came out a different person, I tell you. He came out a different person.
They always do. Chris Snyder, what's going on, man? Saying work's been slammed, popping in and out. There we go, my friend.
Hey, I get it, man. I get it.
Gory Tiger, what's going on? We got do you know you're doing? Good Real Hunting. We don't know who those hats are, so we're moving on from them. Ashton, what's going on? We got the Mega Cats in the house. Corey Cunningham needs his own show. Maybe that's what we might mention. You need to stay tuned for that. Let's see here. Yes, I am pouring a brew, a green brew, that is. So that's what I was doing. So I apologize. We were late. That's Brad's fault. I'm telling you, it's not me. I'm not creaming, okay? I did that last week. But so let's see here. Brooke, my dear. Brooke, how are you doing? So we got our wrench women in the house. So again, congratulations to Brooke and Rosie for their promotions. We got Gavin's here. What's going on? We got Janine. What's going on? How are you doing? Stephen Kennedy, my friend. What's going on? I wonder is happy with Kirk Cousins and Darren Mooney. Oh, God. Get Brad started on
his. I'm pumped, man. I'm stoked. Everything's looking good. We're probably making some moves. Last year we didn't make any moves, but this year, man, off to a good start. I'm excited.
Making money moves.
Yeah, definitely making money moves.
I just cannot believe I just friggin' made a reference to Cardi B. Okay. Ryan, what's going on? How are you all? How are you doing, my friend? I am proud to have a name that's Irish. And you know what, my friend? I will drink you a green beer for that.
Yeah, you will. He didn't put food coloring in that either. I'll let you think what he actually put in there.
Oh, no. Please don't. It's my special blue. So let's see here. Who else we got here? I think we got everybody. No, it's absolutely not. Whorehead Heather, what's going on, Heather? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well. And yeah, I think that's it. 24 people watching. You guys keep on making this channel so much better, and we appreciate you guys for that. Now make that 25, so you guys are badass. But who's also badass, who we always have to give our proper respect and love to, because they make sure this channel runs as the way it does. We got our freaking Patriots, man. These are our patrons, the real hunters. They're the official backbone of this channel. So when I'm always after me Lucky Charms, these fellow men and women make sure I am full of the Lucky Charms and other kind of creamery delights. So if you want to establish my cream and Lucky Charms, the Patreon link is in the description down below. Click the link, select any tier to your heart's desire, so you all can be a real hunter today. But just in case if you don't want to be a Patreon, YouTube memberships are available as well. This, again, is the hottest ticket on the market to support Good Real Hunting, because for as low as 99 cents, so this is even cheaper for the whole box of Lucky Charms and other whipped cream delights. Freaking support the channel today. Select any tier to your heart's heart's desire. So again, you could be a real hunter today.
Yeah, and if you can't do those things, just being here is much. Oh my gosh, just being here, liking the video, sharing the video, subscribing, being in the comment section, being in the chat, all that stuff helps out. So we appreciate that as always.
Always. And Brad, why do you always laugh when I say that? There are after me Lucky Charms.
You better end up turning that box upside down and just dumping it all in there tonight, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Don't fool me with a good time. And how about this? If we get to 30 people watch it, I'll do that. I'll make a mess out of my couch.
Wouldn't be the first.
So 30 people watching, I will open this fresh box. As you can tell, it's not been opened, and I will do what we call a good old-fashioned pour. So 30 people, that's how you all get that particular benefit tonight. And we got Blu-ray Addict, what's going on? And Brendan, love Irish cream. I do like an Irish car bomb. That's what I do like. Brad knows.
Dude, those are good. Remember that at the bachelor party? That
Irish
was fantastic.
pubs are. I even told a coworker today. Irish pubs are extremely dangerous.
They are, man, because the food's good, the drinks are good, everything is good at an Irish pub, man. It's it's a win.
Shepherd's pie.
Oh, shepherd's pie, especially when it's in the wintertime, fall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, it's fantastic. But then fish and chips, man. Don't forget about fish and chips. Bangers and mash. All that stuff's great. You can't go wrong with any of it. It's tasty,
man,
right?
All that sounds freaking amazing. We got 27 people, so 3 more people in order to get that lucky experience. See what I did there. And Gary Sia, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing? Saying, at work, so glad to catch a live stream. Love from Scotland. You know what? Cheers to you, my friend. I know it's Ireland, but again, we're still celebrating, man. So cheers to you for making it.
Scotland, dude, that is fantastic. Dude, that is our bucket list destination, man. We got to get, my wife and I are just freaking dying to get out there at some point. That's cool, man. Thanks.
Anything is possible.
It is, man. It's going to happen one of these days, probably, hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, no, we appreciate it. Dude, Birdie, 29.
We need
29.
one more.
29 people, Birdie.
Yeah,
one more
person in here. What are we doing?
It's going to be crazy. 30. 30. Hit it 30.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen. Me
tomorrow is going to hate this so fucking much.
No, you're going to like it.
Cleaning.
You're going to like it, man.
All right, get fresh box. See what? Look at this fresh box. So we're good.
You better get all those marshmallows in there too, and you got to wash it down.
What's the saying, bud? What's the saying on the with freaking Lucky here?
I don't know.
I'll tell you. They're magically delicious.
I knew this guy was going to be doing some crazy ass shit by the end of the night. He always does it.
Oh, yeah, dude, I always do crazy shit. But anyways, Brad, we have already 13 minutes into the show. Let's remind the people what we're talking about tonight, and let's get that underway. And I'm going to take this Midsommar hat off.
Yeah, you don't need it anymore. You made the point.
I'm a fucking mess. What the fuck? And I just had this house cleaned too, and my cleaner is going to get so pissed off.
Yeah, we got a damn. Either way, okay. So what we're doing tonight: top 10 horror movies that should be a series. It's gonna be fun. Again, for my personal list, I don't have anything on here that already has a series. Well, with one exception, but that's because it wasn't good. I don't have anything on here that's had a series already, or anything that has a series in development, aka Friday the 13th and Halloween. We both know those are coming to the small screen, so I'm not mentioning those in my list. These are all going to be different situations. So that's kind of the parameters for it, and I think it's going to be fun. Got a couple honorable mentions, and of course, if you guys have any ideas, pop in the chat. We'll talk about it. We'll see if it's a good idea. And they might be on our list too, so it's going to be fun.
I'm just eating fucking Lucky Charms off my pants right now.
Birdie, you're going to be eating Lucky Charms out of your couch for the next 3 months, and that's okay. That you'll be finding marshmallows in there Christmas Eve next year, and that's going to be a good present.
My ass cracked too. But anyways, who's counting? But right, so we are not going to include the big 3. Is that correct?
Oh, I mean, I'll include the big 3, but I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do anything I'm not going to do Friday 13th or Halloween because they already have a series in production.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I am not going to include the big 3, so I'm just going to do my particular list, not the big 3.
Yeah, I'll do whatever, man. No rules. There's no rules.
Wait, there's no rules?
No rules. Yeah, well, I mean, there's one rule.
Put your shirt back on. There's one rule.
All
right, Brad. So let's go ahead and get started away again. I'm seeing some people already saying Nightmare's been 1, 2, which technically it has. Silent Hill Love, 13 Ghosts. Okay, I'm already seeing some good suggestions already.
Yeah, there's a couple, like I said, that, if they had a very failed attempt of a series like way long ago, then, it's up for rediscussion, I would say. But Nightmare on Elm Street would be one of those. But yeah, so okay, let's get into it.
All right. Any honorable mentions?
I do have honorable mentions. I got to make sure that let's see, where was I with this? I think I wanted to do that there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I do have an honorable mention. The first one being The Black Phone. This came out obviously back in 2022. The one with Ethan Hawke and the kid, everybody knows the Black Phone at this point. He gets kidnapped by the grabber, and you got the clairvoyant sister trying to help him out as he's down in the bunker. I think this would make for a tremendous series, like at least one season. You could maybe drag it out more beyond that, but I think they had enough there to where you could really spend some time exploring this world where all these kids are terrified, because we got a really good moment of that at the beginning half of the movie, where all these kids are so scared, like that they're not going to make it home because the grabber's out on the loose and he's picking up kids. And you could really build up on that for a couple episodes. And, these kids are going missing, and, everybody's like, oh, what happened to Becky? Whatever. It's very sad. She didn't make it back to school today. And everybody's looking for it. I think you could have some time to explore that. And then also spend some time exploring the sister, Madeline McGraw's character, a little bit more as well. I think there's a lot of fun you could have with that. Not fun, but a lot of good stuff. Fun, yes, because she was a fun character, but a lot of good things you could do with that. And all the other victims that are talking to our boy on the phone, you could stretch that out, and I think it could be really interesting.
Hell yeah, dude. I actually do like that idea, because again, that movie just came out of left field, and I would love to see it dive more, are you kind of like talking like a prequel series in a way? Is that correct?
I think really just telling the same, basically in this particular case, telling that same story, but stretch it out over the course of a season, with some more prequel stuff built in, like some more of the pre what's his name stuff in there. But get to know the grabber a little bit better and his brother, and maybe see him out in the real world, like doing his real shit and knowing that he's the grabber, and just having that little element of suspense there, I think could be really cool. So I just think it'd be cool to stretch it out.
Hell yeah, dude. And do you have another honorable mention, or was that it?
I got a few, man. I think
keep it up.
Well,
Zodiac. I think Brad would love this one. Firefly.
Oh, please. Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't have that on my list at all. I like that. I like that a lot. You could explore the hell. You could explore the hell out of that world.
And real quickly, Brad, we got Stephen Kennedy saying The Descent, and I won't watch it because I'm afraid of heights and dark places. But that could be possibly interesting. Like, go back in the day and just the development of the freaking caverns and all that. That could be really cool. Brandon the Beldam says a House of Wax prequel series on how everything is gathering in together. That's a good idea. Burger Fluff with some Sleepaway Camp Love with the crazy bitch ass Angela. We got let's see here. X, let's watch Pearl from an adult. Okay. I can see something like that. It's somewhere between Pearl and X. I like that idea. See Blair Witch, Zodiac Z said. And Brooke did ask about the Shining series, but the chat helped her up. So
hell yeah. Yeah, I'll mention a couple here back to back. Obviously, Tremors, real quick. They talked about.
I knew that was coming,
dude. Yeah, there's a good world there to explore. All kinds of stuff you could do with Kevin Bacon. That whole thing should have happened. I'll just mention that briefly. And there's two I'll just kind of put together because it's kind of for the same reasons. Carrie, Christine, both of those. Two Stephen King stories, and I think a lot of his books, you'll probably see a couple more of them coming up in the top 10. Could definitely and should be stretched out to full seasons at least, so you can really put all the stuff in there that Stephen King has to offer, because he's one of the best storytellers of all time. I think that could work. Both of those could work. Could you imagine how epic that finale of Carrie would be if you had 6, 7, 8 episodes to build up to that? Like that would be fucking epic. And same thing with Christine, the seeing the downfall of Marty McFly. Not that he's in that movie, but the downfall of fucking what's his name, what is his name, Birdie and Christine?
Oh crap,
It's
John
blanking me.
Travolta's character, or
No, and Christine, the main
oh
character.
Christine, freaking Something Cunningham.
Yeah. Art. Yeah, Artie. Yeah,
Art.
yeah. That'd be cool to see too.
Yeah, and just so because to piss you off there, look at that word right there.
Oh, the Vivitch. Damn it, Fluff.
Yes.
I know it. I hate it when Bert spells it like that in text messages. It pisses me off every time.
I know, and I do it intentionally. And Raymond also brings up Paranormal Activity. That's a very strong one as well.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, absolutely. Because it'd be kind of interesting to have a found footage series. I don't know if they really even have anything like that.
I don't think so. Either. Interesting idea. Megacat says the Hitcher done well could be great. Yes, it really could. Like kind of like following that character, and I think you could expand it for at least like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. I like that a lot.
So, all right, Brad, I got 2 honorable mentions myself. Again, I'm going to mention again. I am not going to include the big 3, so don't shoot me if I don't include the big 3, because trust me, I thought about it. I actually got 2 lists right here, one with the big 3, one without the big 3. But my first honorable mention, somebody mentioned already, that's Forever Flop, and that's the Sleepaway Camp. I think that could be very fun, of like following Angela. Like the first season could be like the original, then the second season, and we can go like all kinds of carnage candy in the freaking camps around the world, and Angela spraying all of her freaking madness.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That could be like that could in that case it could make for a really good kind of remake, because to bring it to the modern audience, because it's kind of an underrated. I don't necessarily love the movie, but it's not one that most people outside of the horror really know all that much about. So it'd be cool to have it, modernized.
Absolutely. And before I go to my second honorable mention, Adrian, seen the new Crow trailer? Not yet, but after this stream, we are planning on doing our recorded reaction for our TikTok and our YouTube shorts, because we are been having some success with our shorts lately, because we're back in the game in the short game, and we're going to continue that that success, and we're going to see how a trailer reaction does in that realm of possibility.
Yeah, well, we never left the short game, but we're back in the YouTube short game, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if TikTok might get banned. But anyways, we're moving on by that. And my other honorable mention, Brad, this came in last minute. I kind of want to put this in my top 10, but there's so many other great ideas I have with my top 10. So my other honorable mention, it's a Universal Monster series where we're featuring creatures like the Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the creature from the Black Lagoon. You can have each season of that monster, and then if you want to end the entire series, you bring all those monsters together to wreak havoc, man, for an epic series finale.
Yeah, I like that, dude. I like that. Actually, Birdie, I apologize. I had one more because I miscounted.
Well, go for it, man. We still got plenty to talk about. We're having a good time tonight. So
yeah. Which one do I want to make the honorable mention though?
And I haven't Michelob Ultra, and I forgot how much I hate Michelob Ultra. So you might not see me drink this. You might see me replace with this.
You're having a blast.
Still going green. So yeah, so I'm still going green.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Which one did I want to do as the last honorable mention? I think I want to do I think I would go with Suspiria. Yeah,
Ooh.
Suspiria. I think again, probably like a one-off season. You could probably do multiple seasons out of that though. But it's one of those situations where you have somebody in an unknown environment and there's weird shit going on, which that could be stretched out as long as you want it to. Like, basically just have a couple episodes character based, a couple episodes, some weird shit going on. Epic finale at the end when the fucking demon lady is revealed. I think you could make that work pretty nice. I think that could be really cool. And I think the characters and the, just the uniqueness of it, it could make itself work.
Awesome. And before we actually move on to our top 10, I actually thought of a good question here real quick. And that question is, Brad, do you prefer, like in a series or a TV show, do you like your 30-minute episodes, like your 23-minute episodes, or do you like your hour-long episodes, or like your 42-minute episodes?
It depends on the show. If it's if obviously I like how they pretty much have it. If it's like a comedy show, I like them shorter. If it's something really good and compelling and like has telling a good story, I like 50-minute episodes quite a bit.
So pretty much anything My Flanagan touches, you're good for an hour.
Yeah, an hour, like Ted Lasso and stuff. I like that show a lot, but once it got over, the first season they were like 30-minute episodes, which was really great. You could just sit there and watch through it. They progressively got longer. Kind of the same thing happened with Cobra Kai as well. I kind of like those shorter episodes of that show as well. But when you're talking Game of Thrones and True Detective and Breaking Bad, hour all day. Mike Flanagan shows, yeah, I'll take the longer episodes. Last of Us, yeah, Stranger Things, all that stuff. Those all warrant hour episodes.
Hell yeah, man. So I was just kind of curious about that. So yeah, Chris actually has a good formula right here. Sitcoms 30 minutes, drama based 45 to 60 minutes. Precisely. But yeah, I'm like with Brad, it's just it all depends on what you like and dislike too. That always makes a difference as well.
Yeah,
a couple more real quick. We got Chester saying the Fog TV series. That could be really cool, especially show off more cinematography with that. Even though I'm not sure how you can beat practical back in the 1981 with the Fog. Man, that's just beautiful art right there. And I saw someone else say, Chris bring up the House of Wax because again, the Sinclair brothers, hell yeah. Thought about you when somebody mentioned that. And Brendan the Beldam also says the Hatchet series. That I probably would say no, because I think they pretty much done everything you could with the Hatchet series at this point. If you just do like Carnage Candy, like and all that, but I'm afraid that would just get stale too quickly. Even though there's just like, I think maybe if you want to do 8 episodes, that could possibly work.
Yeah, I don't know much about it because I haven't seen the movies. But,
we're getting there. We're going to get there.
We'll get there. We'll fix that.
So, all right, Brad. That is all I got for my honorable mentions. Wait, actually, let me. Oh, Janine, you are kind of ahead of us, but trust me, I will talk about that. And Heather, you too. I'll talk about that. Vanderhoff Urban Legend. That could be a fun idea. Damn it, I kind of wish I put that in my top 10, just for each season going off base of a particular legend and how it was born to be the urban legend. That could be a lot of fun.
I had a couple mention Zodiac Z mentioned Lost Boys, and then obviously Raymond came in right after and talked about Fright Night. Both options solid.
Yeah, I saw that on a particular article I was reading, just to get some creative juices flowing. And then, of course, I thought of a lot of stuff. So yeah, all that great options, guys. That's why we fucking love you for it. But Brad, I think they really want to see our freaking top 10. And guys, if you want to do your top 10, go ahead and get to it. Or if you have more ideas, just keep freaking throwing them out there. We'll get to them when we can. But Brad, what is your, let me get here, number 10?
I'm going to go with Midsommar here. I think, again, kind of the same reasons for Suspiria, why it would work is because you got this group of people in an unknown environment, weird shit's going on. You could stretch that out. That makes for a good series. You could just make it weirder and weirder as the show goes on. Kind of get, a couple episodes, get to know the characters, then they show up and stuff starts happening. People are jumping off cliffs and really get to know the characters. Already Midsommar's, the director's cut's pushing 3 hours. So, it's already pretty much a freaking quarter of a season anyway. So I think you could make it work pretty nicely to really kind of stretch that out and just kind of make you ask more questions. And that's something too, you could build multiple seasons off of, especially like now, like, the way the movie ended, Florence Pugh becomes the May Queen. Like you could do another season after that with her as the there's a lot of interesting things you could do with that. So I think that just exploring the lore, if you will, the mythology of this group, and how they live their life. There's a lot of things you could explore there and make interesting in a fleshed out series. And I think it might actually land better in that case than it did as a movie. I loved the movie, but a lot of people didn't. And a lot of people say it's slow, and it is, but I think that's why it might work better as a series.
Fauci, we're looking at you. You're the one that said those kind of things about Midsommar. I'm looking at you, you son of a bitch. But no, it's okay, Fo. Like, we love different opinions on there. And Matt's not a big fan of Midsommar. We love Midsommar. We're definitely thinking about doing a Midsommar watch party in the future. Absolutely. That's going to happen.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be pushing some things around too.
Oh yeah. So and Heather says real quickly, fuck it, I want a Sharknado. Damn right, a Sharknado. Like that would be awesome. Like just to have like a mini fun series, 30-minute episodes, killing sharks. What could be more better than that? And
Yeah,
then on
absolutely.
Blu-ray, I see your idea, but I'm gonna just wait a minute on that. So let's see here. Brad, my number 10. I know they kind of talking about it right now, but nothing's really happening with it. So I think I would kind of count it at the moment. I would love to see a Conjuring series at my number 10. And for one, if anybody knows me personally, I love The Conjuring. The Conjuring legitimately changed my life. So I am always got that movie close to the heart. I need to get me more freaking Conjuring stuff when I'm just more thinking about it, even though I got a good friend of mine that's taking care of Conjuring stuff for me and buying stuff for me. So thank you. But yeah, the Conjuring series, it would be fun to see the Warrens tack on othering cases. Like you could do like each season, like we can actually have a season of the Amityville Horror House. Like we were supposed to have like the Conjuring 2 be that movie, so we can maybe go back and kind of fix some things right and do it and do stuff like that. You know, like do different cases of the Warrens, and I think that could be a fun time for a series or for even a TV series.
Definitely. There's enough content there. You got stories good enough to tell on a consistent
Likable
basis.
characters and Ed and
Like, yeah,
Lorraine, especially if
absolutely.
you do. It only works if you bring back Farmiga and Wilson. That's the
Yeah.
only way this series will work. If it's anybody else, I don't think it'll work.
Well, that's the way my number 9 is going to work, Birdie. You got to bring back these same characters that are in the movies. And I'm going Zombieland here. I'm going Woody Harrelson
Ooh.
and freaking Social Network dumbass Jesse Eisenberg, and of course Emma Stone and what's her name. I think
Little Rock,
this.
Wichita.
Yeah, I think this to me would just kind of it would be similar to like Ash versus Evil Dead, just a goofy like maybe 30-minute episodes where just they're going off and doing random shit and they're trying to maybe like end the apocalypse or like I don't know, it puts some kind of crazy story in there, but I think just seeing the characters more and giving them shorter little stories to do, I think it could be a lot of fun. They all have good chemistry together, they all make it work. It's always entertaining. And I just think this might be the kind of zombie show that we actually all need after Walking Dead kind of ran its course and became stale. Something more fun, something more just you can have something you can have a good time with might be just what we need in that realm. So I think it would work out nicely.
Ooh, or we could do each episode. We can call it the actual rule. So, like rule number 1, then we get rule number 2, then we'll get rule number 3. Like that's how you could kind of do the episodes because there are a lot of rules we haven't really gotten into with that particular series, and I think that would be awesome. So, Brad, badass, great job at your number 9.
That's a bona fide idea, Birdie. I like that.
Yes, sir. And Brad, I saw you star something because again, yeah, see, I love our chat. They already know what to do when the situation presents itself. So let's do it from our end as well. Hunter Hewitt. Hopefully I said your last name right. Welcome to Goodwill Hunting. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. And Brad, I'll let you tackle this one because you know my answer to this, and I don't want to make our new guests feel unwelcome. And I know you're a fan of the Cronenbergs. So, Brad, are you a fan of David Cronenberg's body horror movies?
Yes and no. The Fly is great, obviously fantastic. I wasn't a big fan of Crimes of the Future. I didn't like that one really much at all. That movie was just fucking weird.
Me
And
and
it didn't
Chris got a lot to say about that one.
it just didn't have that much, like it didn't really have a good story. Like it wasn't interesting. But Infinity Pool from Brandon, I love that one. I thought that was fantastic. That's one that stuck with me the most from last year. One of the movies from last year that stuck with me the most. And speaking of series, that could probably work too.
Ooh.
You got an interesting fucking setup going on. A world where you're freaking killing clones of yourself to freaking basically get off of your crimes. Or watching your clones die, essentially creating clones of yourself so they can die instead of you. That would, I mean, yeah, it could work. But yeah, I like that. I haven't seen all of them though. I haven't seen The Possessor yet. or
Oh, dude,
Possession.
I'll
Possessor.
admit that's a good movie. I really like that one. So I guess in a way, I'm kind of like you, Fo. Like I'm sorry to be hateful, but I'm 50-50 on it. I love The Fly. I love Possessor. Infinity Pool, give and take. It just wasn't for me. Definitely Crimes of the Future. Definitely one of the worst movies I saw when the year that it came out. It was not good. If it wasn't for Chris and buy me those 24-ounce Trulies to get through that movie, I would have already walked out of the theater.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay, great. I'm glad I was saying your last name, Hewitt. So welcome. And I actually like Brother Fluff right there, Double H. So that could be a good nickname if you're comfortable with that. Even though I'm kind of sad you're 1H away for being a Triple H.
Yeah, but you got to have a double H too. I like that. I'm gonna go back.
If you like that nickname, if not, we'll call you Hunter Hewitt. And again, welcome to Good Real Hunting.
I'll go back and hit. Brother Fluff sent $2 super chat a minute ago. We'll go ahead and you got a particular video, Birdie. Hit your video real quick.
I sure will. Sounds like me go. It looks like me go.
He said, "Got a perfect one. They live." Yeah, I could see that because again, it's probably due for a remake in general, and two, it's interesting enough to stretch that out, and because there's that world is cool with the glasses and shit, and all the advertisement stuff.
Absolutely, freaking dude! I would like that too. And plus, Brad, I've come to eat Lucky Charms and kick ass, and I'm all out ass. Okay. Anyway, it's getting kind of crazy already. But Hunter Hewitt does love Double H, so we're gonna call you Double H for now on, my friend. And once again, welcome to Good Real Hunting. And he also says, and Brother Fluff, thank you, $2 super chat. I do like the idea, but I'm kind of nervous that I think you can only maybe do like a mini 8 episode series. I think that's how that could work. And Hunter Hewitt, Triple H, or no, sorry, 1H away. Double H says Leprechaun would be a great TV series. I think that could be entertaining if done right.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be better than the movies. I think you take them out. You can take them to different locations. I mean, it could work kind of the same way the Chucky series works.
Ooh, that's a good approach.
Yeah,
dude. Speaking of freaking Chucky, did you see Old Man Chucky? That picture by any chance?
I saw it floating around. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck was this?
Bad. I was like, I am not missing anything with that freaking series. So, all right. So, okay. So, Brad, you did your number 9. So, let me go ahead and go with my number 9 right here. Move things along. It's Heather said it in the chat earlier. So, Heather, I will give you credit for this as well. But I am going with my number 9 is The Cabin in the Woods. Because Brad, we only got a select few monsters that we witnessed in the movie The Cabin in the Woods. So I think it would be a great idea to do a series with different, because again, they said they've done it in the past and we don't know what happened in the past. So yeah, there we go. So even StreamYard agrees with me. But like, I'm sorry, Brad. You don't have that. You'll no match for my powers. Freaking the NFL Blix quote right there. But yeah. The Cabin in the Woods, though, with all those monsters, I think it would be a phenomenal, fun time. Just like do a cut, like maybe a 10 episodes a season, 30 minutes to witness all those situations, see if they can get out of it or they don't. Which, spoiler alert, sorry, they don't get out of it.
Yeah, no, that would work out because there's so many different creatures we never saw. And stuff like that. I mean, maybe we got
the worst ones, man. Like in that movie, we kind of got the worst ones, and we could do a whole season with the freaking merman.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. You could stretch that out and just basically watch this company or whatever, just fucking wreak havoc without being defeated, for a while. They could be the front, the focal point, and the people under the ground or whatever. But yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Brad, what is your freaking number 8, my friend?
Dude, my man the other day won him an Oscar for the best actor of the year, Cillian Murphy. I'm talking 28 Days Later here. Staying in the zombie realm, I think, again, this world is super interesting. Just because of the way that the zombies they're portrayed a little bit differently. They're a little bit more aggressive. They're a little bit more scary. And I think it could work. Again, Walking Dead, they did their thing. This just has different vibes from Walking Dead, though. It seems like you could do a lot of different things with it, and you start working in the military thing, the army guys at the end and all that stuff, all the different storylines you could kind of come up with that. Especially if you had, a Killian's focused one with his character, could be really fucking cool. But either way, I like that world. I think it would be cool to explore a London infested with zombies a little bit more.
Ooh, Cillian Murphy in 28 seasons later.
Yeah, 28. That's Walking Dead.
Yeah, well, oh god, yeah, and they're still freaking going. And happy Sanjo, what's going on, my friend? Hopefully, all is going well. Rejoining the YouTube membership program. Happy Sanjo, welcome back, my friend. And you know what? We'll bring back Lucky real quick.
Sounds like me go. It looks like me go.
I dig it.
Double H says, speaking of Cillian Murphy, they are developing a 28 years later movie with Cillian, which I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. Is it going to be like old man Cillian, or like, I'm sorry, I am interested, but you know what? If it's a good script, I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And obviously he's one of the best actors out there. So, I'd love to see that. And I will love to see that. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Brad, do the Cillian.
Yeah.
Close on, of course. But so let's see here. We did your number 8. Let's go to my freaking number 8, Brad. And my number 8, you need to stick around for this one. It's going to be The Predator, man. I would think that would be fun. Now, I think we've kind of already, I think the movie series, for Hulu, is kind of trying to dive into this opportunity, but I don't see them doing anything just yet. So, you know what? Let Bert sneak on in here with his freaking Predator series idea. Let's put the Predator into different timelines. So let's do a Samurai Predator. Let's do a Viking Predator, World War II Predator in a different time zone, and see whether somebody lives or dies.
Yeah, but I mean, Predator in space.
Or you could freaking do one in the future, and you could bring back Dutch back for a cameo.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. That'd be cool as hell. There's so many opportunities in that world. I think it's fantastic. And again, you could focus it all around the story of the first movie. That could be the starting point, kind of go from there. That would be that'd be great.
Yeah, especially like Gory Tiger says, the Predator goes through different timelines. Yeah, absolutely. Like a future one, set in 2099 or something like that. You could call it like Predator 2099, or you could call it Predator World War II, Predator the Samurai, or the Shogun, or something like that. Like you could I feel like you could have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. There's a lot of good things.
I should have moved up this idea a lot higher, man. So what the world can I possibly have left?
There's a lot of opportunities out there. Brandon said, talk about RoboCop Total Recall Upgrade.
Oh, don't pull him with good time.
Dude, if this wasn't a horror list, RoboCop would be number 1. We're talking about in the Watch Party series the other day, how good that could be. Basically the story of the first movie, but stretched out into a season. Would be absolutely phenomenal, because that's one thing we don't really get in the first movie is getting to know Alex Murphy before he dies and getting to know his family and all that stuff. So I think that would be epic. Okay, what are we at? 7 here.
Yeah, let me get you loaded up here.
Dude, this is one that I thought of last second, and the more and more I think of it, the more and more I love this idea, and I think it's absolutely something they should do. They remade this movie not too long ago. Didn't really like that. We're talking Candyman.
Ooh, okay.
I'm only gonna say it twice. I'm not gonna say any more than that because I want to risk echo. Something could happen. There's a mirror right over there. So
okay, well, tell us about Candyman, dude, because I think Candyman's a really great idea.
Okay, all right. Anyway, I'm still scared of that motherfucker. But anyway, no, I think there's so much lore to explore here with the character of Seaman. We'll call him Seaman. I like that, Seaman. All right, cool. So he's
I came this close to spitting on my freaking fancy technology right here. You have owed me one.
No, I think but the remake I didn't like because I thought he was too much of a good guy in that movie. I thought he was almost like a super. You were pulling for him. You never felt bad anytime he killed anybody. You're actually hoping he was going to kill these mofo's. So I think you tell the story a little bit differently. You make him scary again. You go back to those dark kind of roots from the first movie. With Helen, god dang, scary as shit. He's a fucking icon that really hasn't been done justice, other than the first movie, in my opinion. But there's so much you could explore. You got the whole prequel series of how he became Candyman. You got the whole, the main storyline, people trying to figure out how to stop his ass and all this stuff, all this symbolism with the mirrors and all this other stuff to explore the bees. There's a lot of interesting things you could do, and you could really stretch this out as long as you wanted to. You bring back that epic Candyman score. And some of the ideas they had in the remake with Candyman being like an evolving, kind of entity that is not just one person, but whatever.
It could work 5 times.
Fuck me running. It's over. I wasn't looking in the mirror though. Does that count? Or does it?
What do you think, Chad? Do you think Brad's okay? Like Brandon the Belton fucked us anyway, so technically a monitor is a mirror.
He's gonna pop up behind me, dude, and just fucking like he did in that interview room in the first movie, and just rip me to shreds. But I think the atmosphere is so good, especially in the first movie, in the slums of Chicago, that you could just explore that forever, and it would work really nicely.
Hell yeah, dude. And I do like that idea. I thought about it. I'm like, but I can't come up with a solid idea for it. That's why I left it off. But I'm glad you included it because it definitely deserves his roses, along with Rosie. So, let's see here real quickly. Chester says Evil Dead TV series. Chester, they do have one already. That's called Ash versus the Evil Dead. Highly suggest you watch it.
It's great.
You get a chance. Yeah, it's fantastic. Let's see here. Double H says Art the Clown, Megan, Carrie, and Dreamcatcher. Ooh, see, actually, you interest me here. What is Dreamcatcher? Please let me know that one.
I think it's a Stephen King story, isn't it? I think maybe not.
Interesting, sure. But Brad mentioned Carrie, Art the Clown, and Megan. I think those can maybe work if you do like a little series about them, but not like a big series about them.
Yeah, I don't really like Art in this form of a series. I just think he's just more, and really any kind of straight up slasher, I don't necessarily like as a series anyway. We'll see what they do. I think Friday the 13th, they have when they do Crystal Lake, they have an opportunity to make it more than just a slasher. They could do some more stuff with it, bring in Pamela, bring in an actual good story. Same thing with Halloween. We'll get into, as more stuff comes out about that, we'll talk about more Halloween stuff. I think, they're going to do some interesting stuff with that as well. But just, I don't really know what you could do with Art, honestly, in a series. He's just better off with the one-offs. If they're all one-off creepy stories, sure. But I think he's better on the big screen.
Yeah, I agree with that. So good thoughts all around, guys. So awesome. Oh, and sorry, we got to get this $5 super chat for Happy Zanjo. So $5 super chat. They need to flip a predator to the human side and have him. Gosh, am I sorry? The freaking drinks and everything. So let me repeat this again, and I'll try not to belch your all's ears out. They need to flip a predator to the human side and have him return over and over Arnold style. We would get more Predator versus Predator action.
Dude, be like a Terminator situation, man. That could be kind of cool.
Ooh, or you could do like a kind of like a Predator tournament. Like again, we had that one movie of Predators where you have like all those elite soldiers on the planet. Like you could recreate that season all over again. Or you can do like a Predator versus Predator rivalry, like for a season, and the humans be in the background. Like again, dude, I'm telling you, like I kind of wish I put this as my number one now because now I'm getting more jacked than Arnold.
It's a good idea. I don't know if you'll ever be that jacked, Brady.
No. Well, yeah, you see these freaking little guns right here. But anyway, so let's see. Brad, you did your number 7. Let me go ahead and do my number 7 here. And this one is just like,
whoa. What happened to my leprechaun friend from that super chat, man? I got to see him.
I'm so sorry.
Whoa.
Good thing we got 2 people running this channel because my fuckery right there. So, Lucky, come back out real quick.
Sounds like me go. It looks like we go.
Ooh, that was 2 too close. So again, Happy, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend, and being a YouTube member again. So thank you so much for that. Because again, we have an open door policy on the channel. You come as and go as you please. The door will always be unlocked, unless if there's a sock. Then you know what that means. But regardless, though, we're going to go ahead and go with our number
Cream.
Oh God. My number 7 is going to be Hellraiser. You know, let's raise a little hell with this. Because again, I would like to see this season, like this series can work with a brand new, fresh character, you know, like has some problems. Like, because again, we get the Hellraiser remake on Hulu where she had like a drug problem. Maybe you can have one like different like main characters that have like dark pasts. And our boy Pinhead exposes them and, you know, punishes them throughout the entirety of the season. Like, I think that could potentially work. But, man, just more Pinhead, the better. And if we could even bring back the female Pinhead to do this series, I am so okay with that. And, again, as long as they do one thing, more blood.
Yeah, yeah. More blood, more grime, more dirt, man. Let's
more
dirty.
Sex.
More sex. With
gotta
chains
have
and shit.
Sex.
Chain sex and hooks and all that other shit. Fucking
whatever that Rihanna song is about chains and sex. So,
oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. That's a good world to explore. Again, never really got the best. I don't think they ever really told the best story they could with that either. So
well, and here's the other thing too, and like even with your Candyman one, like the bad movies they made with it, maybe you can do a series, like the season of those bad movies, refine it a little bit, and try to make it better and make more sense with better writing.
Yeah, definitely. I think so as well. I think that would be a wonderful idea. I would be excited to see that because I just honestly haven't seen most of the movies. I've only seen like 3 of them. I've only seen 3 of them. So,
and I promised when I was on Matt's channel the other night, I promised Nick from the Lost River Drive-In. I promised after we get our real March Madness out of the way, which guys 2 weeks away, for when we get done with that, I watch Hellraiser 2 immediately for him.
Yeah, dude, that shit gets crazy at the end, man. I mean, it does.
Know, that's why he told me. So, like, I'm super interested. But, Brad, I'm interested at your number 6, man. What is your number 6?
Hey, I mentioned Scott Derrickson a minute ago with Black Phone. Now I'm talking Sinister. I love the idea here. Bagul's a very interesting villain on his own that didn't get fully explored in the movie. I think you could definitely do a lot with that villain that could really bring him up quite a few levels in the villain rankings. I think you could do that. Sinister 2 didn't do much for him, but I think there are some things you could do to explore his mythology and, you know, where he comes from and how fucked up he is. That would be really cool. But also the other side of that is if you did basically the story of the first movie and stretch that out, you have Ethan Hawke's character in there, investigative writer. You know, you get to explore his past a little bit more. Maybe you get to learn more about some of his cases and tie that in with some good writing to what's going on now. I think that would be really cool. Also, think of all the damn stuff films you could put together, man, in the course of a series. That shit's scary as fuck. Maybe you get to know a little bit more about these families that got fucked up beforehand, like the lawnmower family and the fucking.
Oh God, I don't want to know about that fucking family. God,
hanging by the pool, or what's it? Family hanging out and you know, the pool party and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think you could really stretch that out because there's so many different interesting things about it. You got the kids killing people because of Bagul's influence. Then you have Bagul himself, of course, and then you have. Brandon, you're speaking my language. I love the shit out of that.
I see. You got it. You got him.
That's exactly it. And I'm going to bring up more kind of, you know, similar things here in a little bit.
I think we might have the same number 1.
We might. But it's yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of good things you could do with that, make it more investigative and just stretch it out, because you could do a whole season thinking that these are real murders that are, you know, that has nothing to do with supernatural. And then you drop the Bagul truth on us, you spill that tea on us at the end of the first season, and that sets up a whole successful series. I think it could be really cool. So yeah, I love the hell out of that idea.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. And plus, more Bagul, the better, man. So I like that idea, and also the freaking deputy too. So like,
oh yeah,
we got to bring him back. So
absolutely.
So before I forget, we got Veronica's in the chat. Veronica, how are you doing? Hopefully, all is going well.
Yeah, dude. Hey, welcome. Good to see you here.
And people have been saying this in the chat, but Blu-ray's got more detail on this, so I'm pulling up his comment. But a lot of people in the chat have said this, that they did announce an HBO Hellraiser TV show a few years ago with David Gordon Green. Making it, but there is no news update. So I guess David Gordon Green, if you want my idea, you can have it. You might just shamble it anyway. So hopefully that pass and we get like Scott Derrickson doing a Hellraiser series or something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
that would be epic.
Oh, and Davey, what's going on, man? How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, man, you've been hard at work on your YouTube channel. Or Brad, sorry, you say it. You what? What do you love about it? You
Tube. Oh, I'm sorry. I know what you're doing.
No, I know it's okay. That's my fault. We have it. This is a new thing we're trying.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Yes, there we go. Sorry, that's my apologies on that. Sorry, I didn't mean to put Brad on the spot. But Davey, I've been seeing your hard work, so that's awesome. So if y'all not subscribed to Davey, please do that. He would really appreciate it. But he says, "Hey everyone, so sorry to be late. I'm wrapping up shooting for my next video, and it's taking a bit longer than I planned. Don't it always?
It always does. It always does, man.
But we're glad you're here, taking time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us. So we appreciate that so much. And then let's see here. Okay, I think I am all caught up. So that is great. So let's go to my number 6. So my number 6, Brad's going to like this. And I told Brad about this idea on a previous stream before. But I think this is now the more appropriate time to talk about it. My number 6 is Insidious. And not just Insidious, but we're talking about our freaking girl, man. But man, I forgot her name real quick. What's her name again?
Lin Shaye.
Lin Shaye, yeah. If we could, her character's name. Oh God. Please, somebody help me in the chat. Her name in Insidious, Lin Shaye's character's name. But Lin Shaye, we bring her back. I would love to see her adventures of taking on particular cases. Step away from. Oh, Elise. Thank you, Brandon. Elise is her name, and if we
the character,
sorry, like a young Elise, especially like when she is goes with her 2 boys, like at the end of the 3rd one. Like you can really even do this after the Lost Key one, but we kind of don't talk about that movie because we kind of want to lose that key. But if we do it after that and just her like just exploring like and helping other people, like example, helping Jenna Ortega as a little girl after the 2nd movie, or just anything in that realm of possibility, because again, the possibilities are endless in this world. And I think that would be something fun to watch.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And it could work, man. They have potential there to tell a lot of really creepy stories that could a lot of really good creepy haunted house stories could fit in this world, and they could make
this could be Scott Derrickson because it's dark, it's creepy, and Scott Derrickson loves to shoot in the dark.
Oh, he does, man. He doesn't like to turn lights on. Who turns lights on? You got snakes in your roof in your attic. Yeah, don't fucking turn your light on. Plus,
all right,
Darth Maul, he's red. Red's kind of bright.
Oh God, dude! Maybe we can even do more background of what makes Darth Maul's crackhead brother his crackhead brother. Was it the crack? Was it getting chopped in half with a lightsaber? We don't know. But maybe a series we can figure out all the answers.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But Brad, you started a couple of things. I'll let you get to those as I take a little swig.
Yeah, I just figured, we're moving along. We'll answer a couple of questions as they pop up. Stephen Kennedy asked.
I should be cleaning my couch right now.
No, just leave those in there, man. You'll get them. Stephen Kennedy said, I know this has nothing to do with the stream. What do you think about Nev Campbell and Kevin Williamson coming back to Scream?
Sorry, before you answer that, Brian, I'm going to let you answer that. But Russell actually commented on this. If we can go over this, and we're at the halfway point, so I think this is an appropriate time to do this. So I think we're okay to do that. So Brad, you first. What did you think about all the Scream news? I know you did a short on it. If you just want to expand on that a little more.
Yeah, obviously that's something we're going to continue to cover on the channel, and we probably should have done a video about that, a standalone something to kind of share our thoughts. Maybe
but if we don't have time, we'll do shorts on them. Like whoever could attempt to do a short out first.
Yeah, but I'm really excited about it. I, for one, was like when Melissa Barrera, got canned, and then Jenna Ortega stepped out. Radio Silence wasn't coming back. I was like, just fucking cancel it. You're going to make the worst Scream movie in the franchise. You're going to finally make a bad Scream movie, something we haven't seen yet. Just don't do it. Hold off a couple years. This franchise is done for a while. It'll come back later, but let's just not do Scream 7. Not right now. But then, Neve Campbell drops that dime on us that she's coming back. And then Kevin Williamson is going to be directing the movie. The writer of the first 2 Scream movies, he's coming back to direct. It's a second direct to film, not in the franchise, but in total. So I'm excited to see them reunite. And I know Kevin Williamson is going to bring it because he's probably always wanted to direct a Scream movie. He's been involved in this franchise since the beginning. So I think he's going to bring something. He's going to bring a lot of energy. Neve Campbell's probably, she seems excited to come back too. So yeah, maybe we'll actually focus on her character a little bit because she's not too old to be at the focal point. I know what they're trying to do with the new characters, but I think you could still, bring her back for her own story. And I'm excited. Hopefully maybe they do that and bring back Kincaid, Mr. Kincaid, man. Patrick Dempsey.
Or what about Stu Mockner?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm on that side. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Stu Mockner is dead. But anyway,
I do hope they do something cool though.
I think they got something cool, especially like you said, Kevin Williamson being the director. What more of a fitting way? Like, especially if this in particular is Neve Campbell's last Scream movie, do it where it all began. Like, put everything back together. Kevin Williamson's baby is Scream. Neve Campbell, who's pretty much the star of Scream, do it together. It's going to be great. I know it's going to be great. And regardless, though, I'm a Scream fan, so I would have watched anything they put on screen. And I understand a lot of the hate that's going into this because Neve Campbell made such a big deal of like her contract talk and like not being a part of it ever since what Spyglass did with Melissa. And then all of a sudden Neve Campbell came back and took everything away. So I can understand why a lot of people are disappointed with Neve Campbell. But at the end of the day, Neve Campbell is the franchise, whether you like it or not. Like, again, I agree what Brad said about like what they were trying to do with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega and to move the franchise with a brand new bunch of fans. But man, it always goes back to Neve Campbell, though. So I'm excited regardless. If you hate it, don't watch it. Just skip the news, but let us Scream fans enjoy this.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think maybe they finally gave her what she was owed. That's what the whole thing was about. So maybe she's getting her fair share.
Bring back Kirby too. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, I think she'll probably come back. They'll connect those. And David, he said that he wants to get on the live game. Just got to get that following built up. Yeah, man, just keep rocking it and just try it out sometime. And at some point maybe we'll do something together and kind of get you rolling.
Yeah, we got something in the brew, but I'm planning on announcing that particular thing we got stirring up in the freaking behind the scenes right now. Maybe on my birthday stream. Maybe as a birthday wish, it'll come to life. Maybe with a snap of a finger. So, yeah. But yeah, Davey, all of this, my friend, it's just confidence. Just build up your confidence. If it just fucking go for it, man. Just go for it. Dive right on in. And the more you do them, the better you'll get. Trust me, we're still getting better.
Oh, yeah. And don't worry. I mean, we started pretty early. And
you want to tell what we did first? Do you remember what our first live stream is?
Yeah, that was Black Christmas watch party, but not the good one, the remake from 2019.
Yeah, I bought the wrong copy. I got the 2019 one. So I'm sorry.
There were several shows we did. There wasn't anybody there. We just, we went out there, we had a good time. And
all it takes is pouring Lucky Charms on yourself. Like, that's all it takes. So like,
the crazier Bert's gotten over the years, the more people show up. So it helps. If you have
like Willy Wonka, what would I think of next?
If you cream yourself on camera, that helps a lot too.
I'm not doing that. I'm not getting our channel freaking.
You did it last week. You did it last week.
Bad advice. No, stop. Bad advice. So, Davey, don't cream yourself on live stream. Just be yourself. If you beat yourself.
Did you say beat yourself?
No, be yourself. Stop it. Be yourself, Davey. Okay, I'm done. But Davey, you know what we're getting at. Just be you, and everybody's going to follow it because everybody can smell bullshit. So I know you're not a bullshitter, and I know you're going to have all the success in the world, man. And let me know when you go live. I'll be in the chat room.
Absolutely. Same.
Beat it. Beat it. Anyways, don't ask me how I know that song. But anyways, Brad, are you ready to get into our top 5?
Let's do it.
Let's freaking do it, man. Let me get the freaking banner up here. It does matter. Just say it.
Okay, somebody mentioned this in the chat earlier. I think a couple people did actually. Quiet Place, man. I think the world again. It's kind of like a zombie world in a sense because really it's just an apocalyptic world. But instead of zombies, you have these fucking creatures that obviously they can hear you, but they can't see you. So that's interesting. I like that. But already so much. They've only done 2 movies. They've already explored so many interesting ideas, and we haven't done day 1 yet. We did a 20-minute part of day 1, but we haven't even seen day 1, which we'll see later this year. Ooh. Which again could be a whole fucking season basically telling that story. But then you have all the other stuff going on, with the different groups, and you got Emily Blunt and her family trying to like find ways to actually end this fucking apocalypse. And I think the idea of seeing not only day 1, but like the days that follow of people trying to learn to live their life in silence, learning how to do sign language, learning how to play Monopoly with little cotton pieces, all those little things that are going to take so many growing pains to get to a point of just survival, that so many people have fucking just died because they couldn't learn how to be like, they couldn't shut the fuck up, as their boy in Saw 7 would say. It just, I think there's a lot of interesting things you could do there. So I think it's almost a miracle that our guys in the first movie made it to day 88, because it's like, how do you learn to be quiet? How do you learn to live that life without communicating and having to resort to sign language? They had an advantage because they had a deaf daughter. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of intrigue there.
Yeah, dude, absolutely there is. And Brad, I cannot comment for what you just said this time because it might be coming up later.
That's okay, man. It's okay.
So, but what is going to come up, though, is Ben Graham. First off, Ben, how are you doing? I meant to address your comment earlier. You said happy pizza day, happy pie day. So, happy pie. Said go shirtless and fuse with sword. And trust me, we've done that theory before. And it grew only maybe about -1, but that's okay, Bo. We learned that experiment. Maybe if I had 6-pack abs, but that's okay, Bo. But we appreciate you being here, Ben. And Cody Snyder, I cannot remember if I said hello to you, but just in case, Cody Snyder, Mr. Wrenchman, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. I know Cody's excited for the real March Madness coming up in a couple weeks, man.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I'm just kind of tired of getting all this slander of all these movies I haven't watched, man. It's been brutal.
Well, that's never going to change, I don't think. Every time we do a tournament,
more than likely not, unless if we do like comedies or comic book movies, and then you'll be the new me. Hey,
that's true. That's true.
But let's go ahead and go my number 5, Brad. Number 5, Brad. Let's have a freaking little fun. It's kind of like I said with Predator. We kind of like do different scenarios, like the World War II, the Shogun, and all that. My number 5 is Final Destination. Imagine what we can do with that. Like continue to explore different big scenarios. This is a way to create more creative devs, create job opportunities in Hollywood and all that. I think this series could do a lot of good with actors, actresses, cast, crew, all that stuff. But more importantly, we could get scenarios like what happens if you're on a cruise ship. What happens if you're on the train? Like, even though we kind of already had a little bit of a train, but not the train. So we could do a runaway train. We could do a lot of stuff with Final Destination, create some cool kills, and spend the entirety of the season learning about our characters. And maybe focus on one character throughout the entire series and all that, getting themselves stuck in situations.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Because you could explore that. Basically the same thing they did with the sequel. And I think we might see some more of that, growing up and, throughout the 2000s and 90s and 80s, we always had sequels, lots of sequels. And I think now the trend is kind of, instead of doing a bunch of sequels, is kind of going towards doing series and building off that. So I think
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's really kind of the same thing, but you're confining it all in one umbrella, so it's, it could be cool.
Yeah, I would say the only weakness of that, though, is if you don't get enough views and if you let the story unleft, that could kind of hurt the franchise.
True. Because some of them get canceled and stuff too. So before they get to wrap up, I'll move on to number 4 because a couple people are talking about it right here. Chester, Blu-ray Addict, talking about Saw. That's my number 4, baby.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude. I fucking
I thought that was going to be your number 1.
Yeah, I thought about it, man, and I thought about something very similar too, but I chose this. Um, I like Saul here at number 4, though. I think again, somebody said the True Detective slash Candy, or no, it wasn't Candyman. Sinister. What was it? It
True
was
Detective.
Sinister.
It was Sinister. No,
Yeah,
no, 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 no. It was
True Detective. I think it was Sinister. True Detective
Yeah, I think
slash.
it could have been Sinister. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, like a Saul story with True Detective vibes, I think is fantastic. Stretching out that first movie where we don't know a whole lot about Jigsaw. We just know that people are getting fucking fucked up and they're basically having to do it themselves. And you see all these little tapes laying around the crime scene and stuff like that. Is fantastic. Stretch that out as an intro and then really build into the fucking John Kramer's a super interesting character. Having his victims kill themselves because they haven't lived the most perfect life. I think that's a very intriguing villain, and I like to explore that. And obviously, you can explore John Kramer himself, like they did in Saul X, and that might even be better. Like make him the protagonist, and kind of see what he's doing. That works out fantastically as well. But there's a lot of different ways you could do it. You could do it as an investigative thing where you're trying to figure out this stuff, and you're getting closer and closer to Jigsaw, but he's always 3 or 4 steps ahead. You could do countless traps, obviously, but you could focus on the story. Basically, when you watch the Saul franchise from 1 to 7, it almost feels like a series because you can't watch one without the other. After you get past the first like 3, like 4, 5, 6, that's all one like continuous story with all these flashbacks and stuff. Very interesting. I think you could definitely do it. Yes, Brandon, make Spiral a full series. Yeah, fuck yeah. Dig into it. They laid the groundwork. Let's get that story rolling. I don't care. But you could do it. That's a very interesting concept, and I love the hell out of it.
Nice. And I probably got some more of my comments on that myself, but I'm gonna, stick it straight to the chest for a minute. But Brad, I am shocked that Saul is not your number 1. So now I am more curious what your top 3 is going to be.
They're good. They're good.
And Gory Tiger, Brad, that's kind of like they did from Dusk Till Dawn series, make the first one into one season. And yes, and Gory, that's kind of funny you mentioned because on the end of this month for Back from the Dead, from Dusk Till Dawn series is celebrating an anniversary. So that's kind of funny that you brought that up, man. So, but yeah, that's what they did in the first season.
Yes, that I think it works for a lot of these movies. I just saw Raymond's comment. They won't top the gymnast kill in Final Destination 5. I literally had that thought when we were talking about that a minute ago. I said nothing's gonna beat that time she fucking spun around and broke all of her fucking bones were coming out of her back and shit. She looked like the chicken and It Follows on that beach after she just fell like 5 feet. Yeah, I don't know. It was fucking crazy.
You know what score I would give it?
Minus. What is that? A -4? Oh, that's a 9. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 9. The only reason I take a point off is because she died. Anyways, sorry, chick. But Brad, that is your freaking number 4. So let me go ahead and go to my number 4, and that is going to be Brad. This is kind of funny because I got to experience this family, and talk about doing a series where you get to learn more about this freaking family would be spectacular. What family am I talking about, Brad? The freaking family down south in this good old state of Texas, where they have a killer chili recipe. So my number 4, Brad, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series.
I dig that, man, because yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So talking about because Texas Chainsaw at the beginning kind of did this with the prequel of like what freaking young Leatherface is all about. Maybe you could do a series of him growing up to be the Leatherface and all that, and just see all kinds of freaking mayhem. And maybe you can actually throw in a better Sally Hardesty, maybe, and make her actually the final girl face she deserves to be, versus just screaming and running away and not finding anybody. That frustrates the hell out of me. So maybe there's a lot, and plus we just again put more focus on the family, because I feel like that's where the franchise will go.
I got a question.
You raised your hand.
Did you like Sally Hardesty more when she came back and actually did do some fighting in that last Texas Chainsaw?
What fucking fight? If when Leatherface turned his back on her, like fuck no, fuck that bitch. But anyways, the reason that movie failed because it went too hardcore trying to be Halloween 2018. If it would try to focus on its own thing, it probably would have had more success. Plus, we all know about the whole director fiasco with Fede Alvarez and all that. So it was not good. But I think with a series, we can clean a lot of that up and we can have something very intriguing focusing on the family and what makes that family tick.
Yeah, I agree, man, because like that's one thing when we're playing the game, you play as the family, you get to see all this cool stuff within their house and feeding grandpa and all that stuff, learn more about grandpa. But it's like we really don't know these characters that well. We did the one movie with them in the original run, and then it really went off the deep end too. As far as the story they were telling, it's a completely different kind of vibe. So there's a lot of stuff you could explore with that family, and same thing could be said for that fucking family in the remake. Man, that was a winner. Well, it's actually really just the one dude though. It was really just because of fucking Hewitt
Emery
or
Arlie
Ermy. Yeah. But dude, yeah, I mean, there's that's a very interesting family. You could explore a lot with that, and just kind of their whole setup that they have there. I think that'd be a great idea.
Absolutely. I'm just kidding. Freaking lootly. But Brad, what is going to be your? Actually, you got some star comments there. If you want to address them before you go to your number 3.
Yeah, Brandon the Beldam asks, could Jordan Peele's Us work as a full series? Absolutely, it could. Very compelling, because you could learn more about the Tethered and kind of how that world operates. And
as long as I get to tend the rabbits, George.
Yeah, tend those rabbits. So that could be interesting because you could because we saw it through the eyes of one family in the movie, but if you were to turn that into a series, you could theoretically you could get to know several families. Like I know we met the family with what's
Elizabeth
her name in
Moss.
There? Yeah, Elizabeth Moss.
Oh my god, dude, that is such a missed opportunity because she was fantastic.
Oh, she was great. That whole sequence was great. But you could meet several families. You could basically meet a whole neighborhood of people, or whatever. You could really branch that out. I like
where your head's going.
Yeah, as far as you
pretty much what the movie was supposed to be, and then they fucked us over in the last half of the movie.
And then basically just kind of see how it plays out for each family. There's different ways you could do it, but then also, like I said, on the other side, you could see what's going on underground with the Tethered. And that, again, that might actually work better than the movie because we're getting hit with a lot in the movie all at once. And it's like, how are you supposed to take all this in? How realistic is this? Like, there's just so many things getting thrown at you at once that it just kind of, you almost get lost in the sauce with the plausibility of it all. So I think you could make it work better. Birdie, anything else you want to say on that?
No, I think that could potentially work. It'd be cool to focus on a family with their issues and then see if they could come together as a family or fall apart as a family. So I think that could be really cool.
You could almost have it to where you have the Tethered, and instead of them taking over the whole world at once, they basically just kind of pop, sporadically. It's like, oh, all of a sudden our fucking daughter is being weird, and just kind of like, it's just like, oh, now what's going on with the brother? He's acting funky now too, and now mom's acting just kind of
that
like
could be a fun season 1 or season 2 or something like that.
Yeah,
and create a mystery behind it.
Yeah, absolutely, I think so.
Ooh. And then we got Ben Grant's comment saying a workplace comedy set in the office, a cabin in the woods would especially hang out with those guys. That would be fucking hilarious.
I love that idea. That would be fucking money.
Especially freaking one of them pulls out their drawer and the J-Lo and the stapler. Jim? Oh, sorry, wrong office. But dude, I like that. That's a fun idea. If you want maybe do like a little short movie on that, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. I love that. Where are we at? Top 3?
And we also got Sebastian joined us too. What's going on there, Sebastian? Hopefully all is going well. And then he also said Jeepers Creepers could work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could do that for sure. You could explore that
but you have to do the season every 23 years.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Or is it 27?
23.
Pennywise. No, I think it's 23. It's 23 because I actually saw someone on Instagram said that technically, if we did the math right now, this is the 23rd year.
Oh, it's time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So if we need something to do in April for a watch party, I think I got just the one.
I like it. That'd be creepy as hell.
But anyways, Blu-ray also says a Heels Have Eyes TV series. Actually, I'm on the fact on this one. I don't think that would work. I think it was just good for a solo dolo movie for what the story was and how that family overcame. Maybe if you wanted to, you can do an 8-episode series, but for an actual whole season, I don't think that would work in my opinion because I don't think there's much of a story unless if you just want to do like the kind of like a prequel idea and focus on those people affected by the nuclear explosion.
Yeah, it'd have to be something a little bit different. I don't think you could tailor it based on just the first movie, but you could explore it in general on a bigger scale and kind of go from there. Um, there was one that I forgot. I totally forgot to put on the list until just this minute, so I'm going to put it in. Just kind of mention it
Oh,
because
is this
it
your
totally.
number 3?
It's not. This isn't official. It would probably have landed
Oh,
at
okay.
number 5. This would have landed at probably number 5 or 4 maybe, and that's going to be Season of the Witch, Halloween 3. I didn't mention Halloween at all because they're making a Halloween series, but then I was like, oh fuck, I've always wanted to see this storyline of Silver Shamrock taking over the lives of all the children in one single night. It played out in a series where you get like a Stranger Things vibe where the kids are kind of running things and they're doing the investigation and they're trying to, figure out what's going on. And, I just think that could be really intriguing. But I digress.
They need to focus on a particular fan film idea that we have coming up on Goodwill Hunting, hopefully in sometime in the future, of our package.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That as well. The package as well, which is kind of what inspired that.
No, it's our package.
Yes, our package.
No, sorry, wrong package. It's the package. You're right. I'm sorry, my bad.
The package.
There you go. So, Brad, you want to go ahead and go to your number 3?
I do. They did a series on this before, albeit mini. That's It. Pennywise, the story of It. Again, I think that, I like the original miniseries. I like the movies they did. They're fine. They didn't completely do the book justice, though. I want to see this whole book, minus one particular scene, come to fruition here. There's a lot of things that could be explored that didn't get explored in the movies because you just don't have time. It's one of the longest book. That's 40-hour audio book. It's very long. It's very huge. There's a lot of things you can explore in it. But the biggest thing I would want to see in a series is a dark tone that the book has and not super comedic like the movies were, the 2 movies. Now, it did kind of do a good job. At least it was rated R. It tried. CGI was a little fucked up. It distracts me in certain moments. I mean, Bill Skarsgård was fantastic as Pennywise. I would take him back to do it. And they are doing a series, Welcome to Derry, but it's not the It story, so to speak, that we know.
Yeah, and it hasn't technically came out yet. So Brad is still in the realm of he's correct.
Yeah, it's it's coming. They're going to do it, but I want to see the original It story told in a long. You could do seasons. You could do multiple seasons of this just from the original book, and I think it could work really nicely. And again, take that dark tone. You could even now the characters are too old. I thought the casting was really well, and the way they got along, the chemistry they had was fantastic. And within their conversations, you can have comedy, sure, but when it gets cranked up and shit's hitting the fan, we don't need fucking them joking around with Pennywise like he's not a threat. Like he needs to fuck some shit up. So that's what I would like to see.
And do you know what Brent Graham likes to see? He wants to see our package. So hold on, man. Let me show my package here. There we go. There's my package, man. So there you go. But you definitely do want to see our package for when it's finally time for us to go all in on the package. Trust me, guys, you do not want to miss the experience for us to put that on screen.
Yeah, that's by the way, which is a Season of the Witch fan film that we're working on. We've been working on it. The script's pretty much done. We're just waiting on a good time to move forward on it. The script is done.
It's all about the timing. And I'm also putting shoving Lucky Charms. But anyways, sorry, I keep on finding Lucky Charms all over the place. But first off, Hatchet Boys, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing, my friend? Hopefully all is going well. He said, what about a Dr. Sleep series and a Pet Cemetery series?
Go
ahead.
I was just going to say, of course. You go ahead, Birdie. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Doctor Sleep. I don't think you can. I think just the movie is better. But Pet Cemetery, maybe you can, but I'm not sure in a way how you can do it. If somebody knows how to do a Pet Cemetery series, I'll check it out. But I just can't think of the idea at the top of my head.
Well, just the one story is all you need for at least a season. There's a lot of stuff that's cut out of the book. There's a lot of stuff you could explore farther because again, you're taking probably a 14-hour book and putting it into a hour and a half movie. There's a lot of things you could explore and just get to know those characters better. And I think it could work, especially for one season. Yeah, and you could go beyond that because you still have a lot of things you could explore with the cemetery itself. Prequels, you could get to know, you could
Why is it spelled the way that it's spelled?
Yeah, exactly. They talk about that in the book. I don't know if they even bring it up in the movie. I can't remember. But it's I think it'd be really interesting.
And what about Dr. Sleep real quick?
Oh, of course. Absolutely. That book's actually longer than The Shining is. And why? Yes.
Maybe a 10-episode series.
But I will say the book or the movie that Flanagan did a fantastic job of bringing that book to life. They basically didn't really miss out on much of anything, really, as far as the story goes. Some scenes were longer. There were a couple of things that were a little bit different. But yeah, but it could definitely still work. I don't know if you're going to, it's not necessary to improve upon the movie, I don't think, because they did a really good job with it.
Hell yeah. And let's see here. I saw somebody. Aaron Click, what's going on, man? I know you're late to the party, but you know what? We always have the door open, man. So we're glad that you're here and you joined just in time to see a package. We got a package, all right. But man, thank you, my friend, and welcome, Aaron Click. So let's see here, Brad. You did your number 3. Let me go ahead and go to my number 3 real quick. So my number 3, Brad. I know they already announced it, and it's definitely coming to FX. But before it arrives on FX, hey, thank you, StreamYard. At least I'm doing something right. But yeah. So before FedEx can freaking do it, Brad can't do it. But before FedEx, I was about to say FedEx.
You did say FedEx.
I saw Matt Fauci here, and he's the FedEx guru. So Fauci, how are you doing, my friend? Hopefully all is going well. And had a fun time Tuesday. So if you want to go to the replay of that for the Texas Chainsaw at the beginning watch party, we had a great time. But let's see here. But yeah, my number 3, folks, is the Alien series. Because I definitely wanted this series for a very long time. So I'm excited that FX is going to do it. But before it gets here, I would like, even though it's going to the direction that I would love for the franchise to take, we've been to space, we've been to different planets, but we have not been on planet Earth. So I think it would be fun for the aliens to attack planet Earth, and then after the humans defending themselves, or you could even do a post-apocalyptic world on Earth. So it's kind of in a way, it's like Alien mixed with A Quiet Place. First, it's like the sound of the aliens. It's just the aliens roaming the Earth, and you have like your apocalyptic survivors, and you can focus on a main character, kind of like I would say not a Riley, but like a different character that like and symbols power and all that, like a rebellion, and fight your way through, and hopefully they could defeat that Queen Bee. And I'm not talking about Beyonce. I'm talking about the freaking Queen Xenomorph. So I think that could be a good idea. Hopefully FX capitalizes on that idea. But regardless, I'm excited for it for when it decides to show itself.
Dude, totally. I like that. I like that idea a lot. Apocalyptic aliens, man. I like the fuck out of that. That's a great idea.
Hatchet Boys, I did mention Predator at my number 8 with the idea that we just put the Predator in different timelines, like World War II, Shogun, 2099, like many things you could do with the Predator idea if you want to go back and listen to my number 8.
Yeah, dude, I like it. Obviously a great idea. Great idea. Number 2, if you're ready for it.
There you are. I got you ready now.
Here we go, Birdie. Don't get mad at me now, but I'm going Nightmare on Elm Street here. I think it's
cheater.
To me, I said I was going to do it.
I'm joking.
I said, I just think this is the one in the big 3, really any franchise, horror franchise that is best suited for a series because it's got the most interesting villain to explore, and that's Freddie Mercury. No, Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger. I think there's a
guys,
lot.
another one bites the dust.
Bite this dust, motherfucker. Okay, bitch.
It could be when we don't know what to say, we're just going to say, bitch. But go ahead.
I think he could. It could be his big break on TV, though. I really think it could work because I think there's again kind of the same thing with Saw and Sinister. I think this could really lend itself to being a dark detective story, at least initially, where I've always kind of envisioned it being like you spend a few episodes, maybe the first season. You got all these teenagers like committing suicide and shit. That's what it appears to be like anyway, in crazy ways, like fucking, vicious fucking ways that just don't even seem possible. These fucking vicious fucking crime scenes that appear to be suicide. Kind of what the first movie was going for. And we don't know what's really going on. Like we do because it's a Nightmare on Elm Street, right? But the people, the audience, they don't know. They're just out there and they're like, what the fuck's going on here in Springfield? It's fucking crazy ass shit going on. And then you kind of start adding in those layers of the onion of, Freddy Krueger, he was this guy that we fucking killed before. And, because he was fucking killing kids and shit. And all this, all those little different things that they dropped in through in the first movie and just kind of stretched that out a bit. I think it works really well. But even beyond that initial introduction to the character, Freddy, there's so much more to explore. This guy's fucking you up in your dreams, man. That's a cool idea, and you could explore the shit out of that. You could make that go for as many seasons as you want, as our protagonists are trying to find ways to stop him once and for all. And you could end seasons on cliffhangers and just, where he's like, he's fucking.
Was it a dream? Was it not a dream? I'm not trying to steal the concept of Inception here, but they kind of go intertwine with each other.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. You could use this all like the people could be in there. Am I dreaming right now? All that stuff, infinite dream sequences you could do within a series. Plus, it's like they ended that story too soon in the first movie, and then they were forced to do a sequel that didn't really make a lot of sense in the story. Because they had so much they could have just kept doing. You have Freddy win a couple seasons, and you're trying to have your people trying to figure it out. It's basically like the fucking what they're doing with what's his name in Stranger Things, the fucking Vecna guy or whatever his name is. Like he's just fucking, he's like this crazy fucking villain that you can't seem to defeat, and you got to put all your resources together to fucking figure out a way to.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, you could. Yes, it could work, right? He would actually be damn good. But I think it could work, and you could make that go as long as you want. You could explore Freddy Krueger as much as you wanted to, and it would work. And he's interesting enough to carry it.
And the two things with that, number one, it would be the thing that I'm always curious about with Freddy Krueger. How the hell does he get his powers? Because I felt like they've never explained that. If they did, I must have missed it somewhere, but maybe we can have a clear. And that's the other thing, too. A lot of people get mad about with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise is they changed the rules so many fucking times with what Freddy Krueger can do and what he cannot do. Maybe with a series, we could condense it down and make it perfectly clear what he is able to do. And of course, lastly, I feel like this series will only work if one man's in charge. Mike Flanagan.
Dude, that could work.
But too bad Amazon has him. Amazon has him now. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, there's a few directors that could make it work. I think he's definitely one of them. James Wan could obviously do it very well, I think. And again, Scott Derrickson.
Absolutely. Yeah, because he likes the dark, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, alrighty. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Think we're doing good. Actually, Raymond brought up an interesting one of last night in Soho or the Green Room. And maybe the Green Room more than last night in Soho. I think the last night in Soho was just focused mainly on that one particular story. Unless if you just want to do the prequel of Anya Taylor-Joy's character when she first started out, if you want maybe to expand that. But I think they made it perfectly clear with the movie, which, guys, first off, phenomenal movie. One of my favorite movies of the year. It came out, I believe, in 2021. So if you have not seen that, absolutely give that a watch.
Yeah. Soho, I think the opposite. I think Soho has more potential to be a series than Green Room. Green Room seems like a very isolated incident. Of course, I'd have to rewatch that just to kind of see exactly if it would work or not. But I feel like Soho's got some potential to be fleshed out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. And Blu-ray says a prom night TV show. I'm not the biggest fan of Prom Night. I hate to say this, but you know what? Fuck me. But I actually like the Prom Night remake over the original Prom Night.
Yeah, I don't really remember either one movie, to be honest. I don't know if I've even seen the
That's
original.
probably a good thing, just between me and you. So,
but, yeah, I never really wanted to rewatch it. I can tell you that much for sure.
So, all right, Brad, that was your number 2. Let me go ahead and go to my number 2. And I'm going to pull a little switcheroo here for what my list is here, is because I'm very excited with my number 2 idea to be more number 1. And really, honestly, I kind of wish Predator was my number 1, but I'm a man of my word. We're keeping that at 8. But my number 2 is going to be the Saw series, like we talked about earlier. And I think it's perfectly a great idea to kind of combine the world of True Detective with Saw. Definitely make it the detective series. Follow the clues, follow the jigsaw pieces and all that. Connect the jigsaws all together and create something spectacular. I think that's a great idea. And of course, more traps the better, man. So I'm all for it. So I'm just gonna make a short and sweep on that.
Yeah, I love it. And Ben Grimm said the Stranger Things guys, Duffer Brothers, could make a great Nightmare on Elm Street series. I think that's a great point. I think they could nail it. I think they could. Yeah, I'd like to see it a little bit more darker than what they've done with Stranger Things. Now, granted, they've had some dark moments and some and whatnot. In general, though, I think I'd want to see it a little bit darker. But they did nail the Vecna thing pretty good, and they nailed that kind of alternate. That parallel universe pretty well as well, and which that kind of works with the dream world. So I think it could work.
Absolutely. So let's see here. All right, unstart that. Just double checking everything. All right, we are good to go. So Brad, my friend, we are here. Actually, that's not you. That's you. So Brad, what is your number 1? What is the number 1 horror movie that deserves its own series?
I've been saying this for years. Okay. They had a series before, albeit mini, The Shining.
Even though they already did it already, but you just want it revamped.
Well, again, that was a mini series and it was done for TV. Okay. It was very corny. I'm talking like a full-on Netflix, HBO. Mike Flanagan would be obviously the GOAT to do that. He would be the one to pencil in. If he were to do a series for The Shining, it would be one of the best things you've ever seen. I guarantee it. With what I saw in Dr. Sleep, he is a master of taking source material and putting it on the screen. And this story, as much as I love the Shining movie, which is my favorite or second favorite horror movie, depending on the day, right behind me, the poster, it wasn't at all what was told in the book. And I think there's a lot more things you could do with it, specifically exploring the character of Jack Torrance, which wasn't really explored in the movie at all. There's a lot of story to tell there about his fall. It's very tragic almost in a way, that I think it would have to, it would basically something to basically connect the visuals and the epicness of the Shining movie to the story that was told by Stephen King, and finally put those together. And I think that would be something beautiful, because I think, again, Jack's story is really good. And to see him fighting his demons with alcoholism throughout the series would be fantastic. His relationship with his family and him actually trying to make that work, make him actually wanting to be a part of the family on the screen, I think would be very interesting. And I think it would be that much more tragic at the end when shit, hits the fan. So I think it's epic. Obviously, too, you have the hotel to explore. You don't even have to end it at just the first, within the confines of the book. You could explore a lot more within the hotel itself with the overlook, and you could connect it to Dr. Sleep if you wanted to as well.
Start that series, and there you go.
Absolutely. But I think without a doubt, the characters are rich. You got Dick in there.
And we could explore his whole single episode of how he has that fucking amazing artwork that he collects.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I think I think it would work out so nicely. And again, they just, the miniseries in the 90s, it's fine. It is more faithful to the book, but it still doesn't do a great job of being what this book actually deserves, in my opinion. And I think you could do that.
Yeah, and Blu-ray actually brought the great point of who would you cast in that Shining idea. And Brad, sorry, that's why I kind of raised my hand because I didn't want to forget it. But luckily, I remembered. We definitely got to make Henry Thomas Jack.
No, he was great in the Doctor Sleep, and he could work, man. I think you need somebody. Well, I think Ethan Hawke would fucking kill it. I really do. I think he would be a great Jack.
Hawke?
Hawke? He might be getting a little old now. Yeah, probably somebody though in their 40s that looks like they could be, because Jack's a teacher, right? At the end of the day, he used to be a clean cut guy, but somebody that can be a little rough around the edges. I think you could have.
Right.
I think Ethan Hawke would work. I think a lot of other things. There's a lot of other. What's the dude's name? And fucking god dang, he's in American Horror Story. He's in. Let me look him up real quick. I think he
look that up real quick because remember the girl that imitated Shelley Duvall in The Shining and Doctor Sleep, because that would be my pick for The Shining, because she almost looked just as identical.
Wes Bentley. Wes Bentley is the person I was thinking of. I think he would be a fucking killer Jack as well. He would be great.
Brandon says Patrick Wilson as of Jack Torrance, because he kind of showed Jack Torrance tendencies in Insidious 2.
He did, yeah, that could work as well. I think he could be a good choice. He would have to be. I don't necessarily think I don't know if he could pull off the many different layers of that character as well as some other people. And I don't know if Wes Bentley would be able to either. But they have to look, and Patrick Wilson does as well. So I think it could work as well. And Wendy, man, I think there's a lot of good options. And Wendy, that's another big reason I want to see this. Wendy's character is very unexplored in the movie. She's got a lot going on too. She's got a lot of things going on. So I think it'd be great. And Danny too.
And what episode that would be? Because remember how they talked about like that part of the book of like Jack Torrance's night when he got drunk and hurt Danny's arm and all that. Imagine the episode that and shooting that scene would be.
Yeah, and there's actually there's actually a lot of other Jack backstory that doesn't get explored at all, and really either option. A lot of stuff that leads up to. That's not even the moment where he decided to quit drinking. I mean, that wasn't even it. There's other things that happen to his character that are even, just as interesting that you could explore and bring him to life. So, yeah, it's great. I think it's great.
Hell yeah. So that is a great number one. And actually, I'm not surprised that's your number one now. So that makes a lot of sense. A great number one. So my number one, we talked about already. I'll just add a couple of contexts to the idea you mentioned earlier. And Davey, thanks for hanging out with us. Go back to editing and I will check out your video when it drops, my friend. But before that, I think I learned a new superpower, Brad, on StreamYard. We got to spread the love.
You motherfucker. If you're going to make a heart show up. Oh, damn it.
Learn to do superpower, bitches. Especially this.
You got to turn mine on, man. You got to turn mine on. What the fuck is all this? How come I don't have any of this stuff?
Because I got powers, motherfucker. But anyways,
Nigel powers.
So hard. But anyways, so my number one, we mentioned it earlier, I'll mention it again, A Quiet Place series. Because that series will get me so excited, because we kind of already touched upon already what it would look like with The Last of Us, with the fungus people. But it would be so much fun to explore new characters each season, different parts of the world with these creatures and how they can overcome all that. I think that would be a phenomenal idea. Plus, we get to solve some many theories we've had about the Quiet Place world. What the hell are they going to do in the snow time? Because that would be interesting to have the setting be in the snow. That could be very interesting to see how they got to be quiet in the snow. But most importantly of all, somebody mentioned in the chat earlier, I forgot who, so if I miss you, I'm sorry, but I remember your comment. How the hell do you fart in A Quiet Place? Hopefully we can get that problem resolved too.
Yeah, shitting. too. You flush the
pissing, everything, throwing up, sex, creaming, like all those kinds, like all that kind of stuff. What the hell are you supposed to do in a situation like that? But regardless, Fo, I think there's so much more you can explore with the world of A Quiet Place. Like, you don't have to just do day 1, like, because again, we're getting a movie out there. We could do like day 23. Day 44. We could do so much of that. Like, there's so much to be untouched, and we can also bring new characters in. And this also will create a great opportunity for any young actor and actress to get a shot at the big time with a series like this.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
So that is my number 1. So, confetti fly.
I hate you.
I know.
I hate this. Every time he's get all the cool stuff, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just too cool. You want me to do the too cool dance to cheer you up?
No. Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, dude, that's not a bad idea for a video, though.
All right, anyways, folks, guys, that is our freaking top 10 of horror movies that should be turned into a TV series or just a series in general. So we, of course, you guys have been so interactive in the chat and giving great suggestions on movies, horror movies that absolutely should be a series. But if you are watching before the fact or even after this stream has happened, what do you all think? What horror movies do you think would be the best in a series or in a TV show? Let us know in the comment section down below. Well, also, do you like our ideas for our top 10 horror movies that should be turned into a series or a TV show? Do you like our ideas? Or can you just tell our ideas to go fuck off? Let us know in that comment section down below.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to hear all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely we do. And Brad, I know we're getting pretty close. Oh, actually, Chester, I had a quick question real quick about would you cast as Jigsaw in a TV series? Because my answer is Tobin Bell as long as he's alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really picture anybody but Tobin Bell in there doing it. But, I mean, somebody that's just kind of got that same vibe as him would be fine. Somebody kind of, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I don't know. It's hard to imagine anybody but Tobin Bell there, but
William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, yeah.
William Dafoe. Chester, again, that's a hard question again, because again, there's only one Jigsaw, man. Just like there's one Harry Potter, like there's just one of a particular thing. So I do not know.
Paul Dano, though, Ben, that is a good choice, actually. Ooh. He's got that creepy fucking vibe. You could also do like I don't think he'd ever do it, but Jake Gyllenhaal too.
That's not a bad idea.
Weird. Like the Nightcrawler version where he's fucking weird.
Oh God,
that could work.
Man, dude, that would be freaking sick if you ask me. So, but no, Brad, I believe that is all we got at the moment. Is there anything else you want to address with this particular topic, or anything else that kind of tickle your frenzy?
No, it was a fun list to come up with. It was a fun list to brainstorm and think of different ideas. And I like all the ideas thrown up in the chat. Like you said, they were all great. So thanks for that.
Yeah. And of course, guys, if you have an idea too, let us know in that comment section as well. We are always reading comments and reading your all suggestions for potential live streams. And for topics in general, we always pay attention to all that. We do our best to always include you guys because, again, this is an interactive channel. So we love to hear your ideas, especially we probably will need your help because, Brad, I think as we were talking about earlier, this ain't a full confirmation, it's just something we've talked about for next week because it's the week before the real March Madness. We wanted to squeeze in one more action movie for our watch party. Do we have any ideas, or should we kind of let the chat figure out something for us?
They could help us figure something out, man. They could help us figure something out.
Maybe you can pick two, I pick two, and then vote on it in a poll?
I like it. I like that idea.
We're going to do that thing because I'm going to do Demolition Man twice. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that to you guys. But we'll be thinking of it because next week we think that's going to be the plan. If anything changes, we'll let you know. So be sure to follow all of our socials right down there in the freaking green. Don't worry. Everything will go back to normal next week. So no more green after tonight. So, Brad, that is all I have at the moment. Any last comments or anything like that before I give you the last word?
No.
All righty. So I think we are caught up in the chats too. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching me pour Lucky Charms all over myself. Now I got to do a lot of cleaning and editing in this room. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But you know what? You guys are worth it. So Brad, go ahead. Take us home. The last word.
Brettman is going to be having Lucky Charm marshmallows stuck in his butt cheeks all weekend. Have a good one.